Koei presents a Kushiwasawa production from its Imagination series. Behind these walls, King Ethelred keeps Gemfire, the crown of 7 jewels. Six wizards and a dragon were trapped in the crown, their power at Ethelred's mercy. Until Princess Robin broke the spell and scattered the gems throughout the land. The Crest of Lyle with Prince Ander. Pluvius says, "Now is the time for magic to end all evil misdeeds." The Crest of Blanche with Prince Aaron. Zendor says, "I will vanquish the foes who assail the Highlands." The Crest of Mulbrew with Prince Leander. Skolric says, "The people of Mulbrew may perish without my magic." The Crest of Coro with Prince Lars. Empryon says, "My crystal will save people of peace from darker fates." The Crest of Flax with Prince Eric. Scylla says, "The warring will not cease until Ethelred is defeated." The Crest of Chrysalis with Prince Garth. Chilla says, "On to our tasks, we shall meet again in Gemfire." The wizards escaped, but the king still holds the dragon gem. By the power of the fire dragon, I, Ethelred, shall recapture the gems. Brooders of Ishmeria, beware my wrath. Copyright 1992, Koei Corporation. Licensed by Nintendo. In this strategic game, you have 4 different scenarios. not all of the families make it to each scenario. So, for example, Flax, he's around in a couple of them, but not all of them make it. The crests, that's just their banner, their flag or their emblem. The wizards are the heroes that I said would say things, such as Pluvius says. I was just reading it in the order it was presented. It's not how I would personally choose to present it. This is going to be a short, I hope it's going to be a short series. I'm going to call it Gemfire Warriors, and you'll see why. To begin with, I'm only going to do one scenario. And I'm going to do either Scenario 1 or Scenario 4 are probably the most recognized scenarios, I imagine. People probably start with Scenario 1 because that's what they see as first, so they begin the first map. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Scenario 1. 6 noble families have undertaken the task to overthrow King Ethelred and secure Gemfire. Aaron of Blanche and Ander of Lyle are the main contenders, yet only one family is destined to unite the crown. How many players? Well, I can select Demo or 1 or 2. Demo just means the computer plays against itself, which happens in a lot of co-op games. You can do that, such as Baylor of the Evil Eye. So here are my options of people I can pick. So for example, Chrysalis is in the top left, in Province 8 that is flashing. The only province that has access to him is Province 7, which is currently controlled by Lyle, who is, again, one of the listed as main contenders. He's got 3 vassals. This guy has 4 vassals. Chrysalis has 2 vassals. So he's at a disadvantage, but he only has one flank. So like when people in Risk, they fight over who gets Australia, this is Australia. Carl is in the bottom left. He's kind of pinned in by Ethelred, but thankfully he has a buffer. That organization to the right is shielding him from Ethelred, but not on purpose. It's just by geography. They're not buddies or anything. I'm just going to pick Aaron for the purposes of this series. Zendor. I will conjure up lightning to protect Prince Aaron's land. Carl. With Zendor's help, we will capture the deadly fire dragon. Anselm. I'll not rest while our neighbors are our enemies. And now I can pick an advisor. They all pretty much say the same thing, just in a different tune or tone. So Zorax, they may both all say like attack your enemy, but Zorax will be a little more blunt about it. That's what I think. Nobody really cares too much about the advisors. I'm going to go ahead and pick Jasper the Riddler. Although I am a clown, I'll bring your enemies down. There's 4 main menus here, and already this is way more in-depth, I believe, than Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires. Here I can hire a monster, which is a special troop. You get 4 units in battle. Think of them as like, each unit represents an amount of people. Well, this guy would be a 5th unit all on his own. I can also move troops. Any one of these will take up my whole turn. Under this one, I can develop things. So here we have making troops or attacking, military might, domestic power. We have diplomatic powers, and then we have hero stuff like viewing, changing lords, delegating, that's interesting, and searching for artifacts. I've never actually done a lot of searching, but it's supposed to give you really good things. It's just when I played, there was only one thing I needed to do, and that was trade. Any Gemfire player or veteran probably knows about trade, and how it breaks the game. So under develop, I can develop cultivation or protection. In the left side of the screen, you're going to see bread. At the row to the right of that, you're going to see some farm. I'm guessing that's corn or wheat or something. It says 37. So if I develop cultivation, that'll go up. If I develop protection, that'll go up. Developing protection helps protect you against bad events, and I think it may even add more fences, random fences, in when you're being attacked. For now, I'm just going to go ahead and develop cultivation. I'm going to invest 10 gold. I have 141. I can afford that. Now, every land has a vassal ruling it. If it's not being ruled by a vassal, I think it goes at half your ruler's strength. So if, for example, let's say a vassal has 80 domestic power, and your hero, your leader, has 100 domestic power. If no one's ruling land 3, then it goes at 50 domestic power. In this case, Garth attacked, is captured, and then released. It's still the year 1, January, so nothing's really changed. I'm going to go ahead and just keep actually, no, I'm going to go ahead and move. I'm going to put myself a little bit at risk here. I'll move, say, half. I'll say move most of my troops. I should have moved all my 4 units troops. Say half my gold. And most of my food. Okay, so 3 is still being ruled by Roland. 1 is being ruled, as you see that flag right there, right under Prince Aaron's name, that means it's ruled by the player, by the main leader. If I select Lord, it will be one of the current Lords, so I can move Roland over there. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so now 3 is not being ruled by Roland. It is instead Roland has moved to 1. So what just happened is 3 took its turn, Province 3 took its turn, and moved left and captured that unclaimed territory. Roland was still in 3, I just moved him, however. Let's see if I have any vassals. So a lord is a vassal who's currently ruling a province. A vassal is someone who's not ruling one. Let's go and put Anselm in there. There we go. Alright, now blue has been attacked twice. Very likely they've used up their gem. The computer pretty much always uses the gem in this first battle, and it takes a while before the gem is reusable. Now it's February, and it's a new turn. All provinces get to move again. Prices are low, so in this case I'm going to go ahead and buy all that I can. Well, hold on. Except for 10. Then I'm going to develop more cultivation. So blue's just getting a beat down right now. And Garth was yet captured again. So for all the places in the month of February, prices for food are going to be low. What that means is for every 1 gold I spend, I get 2 food. So I go from 189 food to exorbitant 581 food. The max you can carry is 999. I really like this game. Now, if you're wondering like why I'm calling this Gemfire Warriors, you are going to see in a second. And unfortunately, although I really like this game, I'm not going to be playing Gemfire the entire series. It's probably this is going to be it. So if you can't handle old games, it's fine. We're going to go to we're going to move on in a bit. Right now I'm just demonstrating how to play Gemfire. And hopefully someone will think like, that game looks kind of cool, I want to play it. As you can see, there's already a little bit more to it than Dynasty Warriors. So right now it's a random event, Plague is going through, and you're going to see icons flash. So 24 is the only place I got Plague. So every now and then there are random events that happen that screw people over, and very few random events happen that help you. So for example, you may have the Headless Horseman show up and scare people away. Okay, prices are still low, so I don't actually have enough money to do anything right now. Let's see, I can give food and raise people's appreciation of me, so why don't I go ahead and do that? So it goes from 45 next to that flag to 71. So that place that had no morale towards me, it now has 28. This place has 34 next to the flag, right under Lord Carlos' name. I'm gonna go and give him food too. Let's say 80, because he doesn't have that much. He transferred his resources over to Province 3. This place is doing alright. I'm gonna give it 50, because they do have a lot of troops, but not a lot of resources, so I'll need to ferry more resources in the future. Alright, so I am Province 1 Dunmore. So Ander, that's the blue guy, from Province 2, is attacking Province 1. These are his stats. He's got 93 men versus my 90. He's got only 50 food versus my 350 food. I'm gonna go and fight. I don't think he's got a 5th unit right now, so I'm not gonna bring in Zendar. Oh, he did bring it. I'm blue. I'm probably a goner. I should have read Zendar. So during this, I don't have very many knights, so they may not. Yeah, they didn't really build the fence. So that's all my guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and intern. That little tick 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 sound is people trying to build a fence. The infantry, I believe, are called knights, and the horsemen are called cavalry. The random dude with the green pants on my far right, those are archers. They can attack 2 tiles away. That wizard in the bottom left, you'll notice that he has 160 strength on the left bar on the HUD. Basically, if he goes to any of my dudes, they will die. Now, it's not totally hopeless, but it's looking pretty grim right now. Now, with the amount of strength you have determines how well you break fences and make fences. Since he has 160 strength, he's pretty good at breaking fences. Now, you might have noticed that we both left one guy. Just keep moving. All or nothing. We left one guy at our bases. When that base is captured, you lose the map. So my hope is not in defeating his army. My hope is in taking out his base before he takes mine. He's gonna get shot in the back. So rear assault by the attacker. So the archers are gonna pin my guys down. I can't do anything even if I was facing them, but I took more damage this way. Ooh, and here comes the wizard. That's the advantage of this team, Anders' team. He gets a wizard that only moves 2, but has a much greater range than others. Alright, so if I don't kill and then capture the flag in this next turn, I lose. That means I need to kill him with 2 of my units. and I'm not gonna make it. If I had one more turn. I did what damage I could, and I went ahead and left. Now, that was my fault for not choosing to bring in my big guy. And it's fine. I wanted to show you how defense works. Now I'm going to show you how attack works. Oh, we don't have enough gold. Each time you send your troops to attack, it costs you 10 gold as your base, plus 1/8 of your troops. So if you send 8 troops, it's going to be 10 plus 1. If you send 16 troops, it's going to be 10 plus 2. So in this case, I'm going to send these troops, and it's going to be 34 gold. Now he's boned. Now, why did I choose to do this? Well, I wasn't really planning for the long term. I'm just demonstrating the game. I used up all my troops, and I moved them over. You still get your troops at the end of the battle. When I say I used up all my troops, I mean that previous area does not have any troops left. Now, this guy, he moves much faster than the other wizard, but he has a little bit less strength. Now, I said I wasn't really planning on playing for the long term, and I did indicate that I wasn't going to drag out the whole game, especially if you're not familiar with playing old games. Now, there's a reason why I'm going to call this series Gemfire Warriors. Let's get a little payback. Now, archers fire 2 squares away from them in a straight line. So 2 squares to the left, right, 2 squares up and down. The 2 wizards that we've seen can attack in a full circular range. If I do this, you will note that I can still attack them. And if I do this, I can still attack them. Here's the reason I'm bringing that up. I can attack any of these guys. I'm going to attack the archer here. Every time a wizard casts his spells, he loses strength. So even if the archers can't shoot me back, because they're dead, I lose strength. In this case, I'm down to 135. It's still considerable, and he can still one-shot anybody on the field. Welcome to Gemfire Warriors. I recreated the entire cast of Gemfire for a total of 81 additional officers. I also recreated the advisors, the wizards, and the bad events, such as the Headless Horseman. Everybody has a unique weapon. So here we're playing the battle against Ander to reclaim that area to the west. Now, unfortunately, he did bring Pluvius earlier. Oh, and this is Chaos Mode, by the way. He did bring Pluvius earlier, so he shouldn't really have it this time. But I don't expect the computer to follow. Get on the horse. I don't expect the computer to follow the quick gameplay I just did of Gemfire. All heroes have a different weapon, as I indicated, but their stratagems are all plain. I wanted to try to simulate the wizards being much more powerful, so they have stratagems and everybody else doesn't. Originally, I did give everybody a stratagem. A full set of stratagems. But I was trying to make the wizards much more powerful than the rulers. And this is the best way I could think of to do it. I also gave them professions or a way of lives that would make them more powerful, so it doesn't necessarily fit in with the person's personality. Not that I would know what their personalities are. I really kind of had to stretch it to give them a build, costume, and weapons. So I'm gonna play this in Chaos Mode, but I do have all the benefits. I did bring in all the benefits. So I have the main ruler has 50 levels. He probably won't see a lot of action. I did bring in all my old weapons. I do have all the stratagems and items. Now, normally I would just ignore the enemy officers, but yeah, I am showing this. Is the reason it's Gemfire Warriors is because I recreated everybody. So let's show you some of the other characters. Took the wrong way to get there. I have a Pluvius on each me. This is Meteor Strike. Here's Wolfen. I think his name just makes him cool to me. Now, even though it's Chaos Mode, they're falling pretty quick due to my items and weapons.
制圧せり。すまんな。
I also have a lot of resources, which is why this cutscene is playing.
And
that was the first turn of Gemfire Warriors. So this is Esselred to the bottom right, a big group. And then you have the island in the top left, that's the dark green, Australia. You have the bottom left. I told you that that one person was buffered by green. Well, there he is. It's all been faithfully recreated as best I could given the geography is not exactly similar. And yes, yellow is bigger than blue at this time because I just won an attack. So, and if you remember, they were getting whooped on by Esselred and everybody, actually. Let's see if there's anybody to recruit. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, so here you see Skullrick. Where's Pluvius? Oh, I guess he can't be recruited? I don't know. This is Esselred, and there's the Fire Dragon. The Fire Dragon did not appreciate that, so that was a waste of a turn. I wasn't really expecting to get it. I just did that for amusement. So Ander, buddy, what do you say we What do you say we bury the hatchet? Good, good. Now I can turn my attention to the south. Not that I've really needed to. Empires is very, very basic. Alright, who do we want to see? Pender is... I think it's kind of funny. He's kind of a traitor in the game, in Gemfire. In fact, one of the common strategies is to make him defect out of whoever he's with. Anyway, I gave him Lubu's weapon. Pender's actually got incredible stats as well. So I think it's actually pretty fitting. Pender is the Lubu of Gemfire, so I'm going to bring him. Does he get a buddy? I don't know. It's kind of boring if he doesn't bring a buddy. We already saw Roland. We know what Zender looks like because we brought him. We brought Anselm, so that leaves Karo. They don't even have enough officers to capture more than or defeat more than 3. Yeah, it's just him. Esselred is spread out kind of thinly, but he's got the mightiest empire. But his heroes are spread out pretty thinly. He does have the Fire Dragon. Now, if you're wondering what the odd looks of these two, I tried to recreate it as closely as I could based off of their portraits. So, for example, the red eyes is because in the low color resolution portraits, his eyes look red. Carl's hair is green. Well, that's the way it looked in the portrait. Now, I believe these portraits I was basing this off of was the Genesis version, but I figured that'd be fine. It doesn't have to be exactly like the SNES version, which is the one I played. So one of the things I did was I created a spreadsheet of all the characters I wanted to put in, including the special events, advisors, and wizards. And then I gave them a build based off of that. So if a guy like Pender had massive stats, I made him look more warrior-like. If someone had a lot of domestic stats and not a lot of, say, attack stats, I made him look more advisor-like. Their height, their weight, and their musculature is all based off of their stats. So as this is chaos mode, even though I do have all of the weapons, making it a lot easier, I'm going to go ahead and play this whole map through. Nobody else to recruit in that new area. Alright, let's attack some more then. This time we'll bring Aaron. We'll bring the whole army. Actually, no, I'll save that. I'll save that for a bigger battle. We'll just bring Zendor. He's at a disadvantage at the moment. Let's give you Boomerang. Actually, that wasn't too bad right there. There's a specific officer. It's the other side. Let's not even worry about that. So as you can see, these are Zendor's powers. They are lightning themed. keep thinking he's gonna drop a weapon. He's pretty spry for an old man, isn't he? So in Gemfire, the wizards are basically entities that are controlled by the gems. So if you capture the gem, you control the wizard. I don't know why Ethelred's troops are yellow. They should be pink or purple or something. Actually, I don't need to capture that one. You just need to go to this one. So, with my alliance, the Ander forces come to support me. And there's Ethelred. He's here to join the fun. Alright, it's the Fire Dragon. Now, obviously, I can't create non-human characters. I mean, I could give them a different skin color. I'm glad I got to show you the Fire Dragon. Yeah, I made an example of him, didn't I? Nobody knew to recruit there. There aren't a lot of non-allied officers. What I mean is, only a very few custom officers are wandering the map. That'd be the special events and the advisors. Everybody else is assigned to a faction. I need to take a break here, but I will be back very shortly. I forgot to give you the date that I was recording this. It is December 31st, 2015, 12:56 p.m. I will see you soon.